What's going on, guys? Chameleon here. Today I'm going to show you the best class setups for the CR56-AMAX, both for Warzone and multiplayer. The AMAX is one of the newest ARs in the game. It was added to Modern Warfare with the Season 4 update, and it doesn't matter if you have the paid version of the Battle Pass or the unpaid version, you'll still unlock it at tier 31. It's a beast of a weapon to use because of its quick time to kill, its range, and its low recoil. It almost feels like a better version of the AK. And with these class setups I'm about to show you, you're going to destroy your enemies. I'll show you the best Warzone class first, and then I'll follow it up with the best multiplayer class. What do you guys think is the best AR in the game? Leave me a comment below. But real quick before we start, please smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and here we go, let's do this. First up, we have the Muzzle. You want to set this to the monolithic suppressor. This will give you sound suppression to silence your weapon and increase your damage range. The sound suppression is crucial for Warzone, because if you don't have a silenced weapon, anytime you shoot, you'll appear as a red dot on enemy radars, and that'll lead you to a lot of trouble. The increase in damage range is also important. Warzone consists of a lot of long range combat, so you need to be able to shoot enemies from far away, and the monolithic suppressor will definitely help with that. Next up, we have the barrel. You want to set this to the XRK Zodiac barrel. This will further increase your damage range, increase your bullet velocity, meaning less bullet drop, and add in some recoil control. This is the longest barrel of the three, and it's perfect for Warzone. The base max 3-shot kill range or 2-shot headshot range is 38 meters. With the intruder barrel, that decreases to 33 meters. With the squall, it slightly drops to 35 meters. But with the Zodiac, it gives you a massive increase to 53 meters. You'll lose some ADS and mobility here, but the range and recoil increases are entirely worth it. The base ADS for the AMAX is 283 milliseconds. The intruder drops it to 216 milliseconds. The Zodiac increases it to 313 milliseconds, which is a lot, and the Squall drops it to 250 milliseconds. One quick note on the barrels, they all work similar to the Grau, where each barrel has its own separate iron sight. I actually really like the iron sight of the Zodiac barrel. It's got a nice clean look to it, and it's easy to use, so I don't use an optic. For the laser, you want to set this to the tac laser. The first two attachments we added will make your gun pretty slow, but the tac laser will definitely help get some of our ADS back. The tac laser drops the base ADS to 233 milliseconds. However, the tac laser is a unique attachment, where it shaves off percentages as opposed to a set number. So the more attachments you have that slow your gun down, the stronger the effect of the tac laser, making it a great attachment. Just be mindful of when you're aiming down sight, your laser will be visible. But personally, I like to pair my AMAX with an SMG that doesn't have a laser for CQC. That way, I don't give away my position when it's dangerous. So this makes my laser on my primary not much of an issue. For the underbarrel, you want to set this to the Merc foregrip. This will give you some recoil control and increase your hipfire accuracy. The recoil on the AMAX isn't too bad. It starts off a little weird, but is then completely manageable. Your first two shots will be spot on, and then the gun will kick left. After that, it'll just shoot up vertically from there. It's similar to the Grau's pattern. I recommend at least one attachment to help with recoil to keep the gun steady. You could also consider the Commando foregrip as well. It does pretty well with the recoil. It's not as good as the Merc foregrip, however, you won't have a 1-frame ADS penalty with the Commando foregrip as you will with the Merc foregrip. Lastly, for the ammunition, you want to set this to the 45 round mags. The default has 30 rounds in it, and for Warzone where you got to deal with trios or quads and armor plates, you'll need a lot of ammo. So the 45 round mags are perfect. It says there's an ADS penalty and movement speed decrease. However, at least with the ADS, I couldn't see a difference from the base speed versus having the 45 round mags equipped. But the 10 round mags will have a huge decrease in ADS, bringing it down from the base speed to 216 milliseconds. It'll also change your fire rate to 327 rounds per minute. So you get increases in ADS, damage, movement speed, and bullet velocity. The problem with this though is that you'll only have 10 rounds. These mags might work for multiplayer, but they're probably not the best choice for Warzone, so I suggest sticking with the 45 round mags instead. So that's the best class setup to use in Warzone. Now I'll show you guys the best class setup to use in multiplayer. You want to drop the monolithic suppressor since you won't need all that range now, and add on the lightweight suppressor instead. This won't hurt your ADS or handling stats while still giving you sound suppression. Additionally, you'll drop the barrel and add on the Stippled Wrap. This is the equivalent of the stippled grip tape. The Stippled Wrap will drop your base ADS to 250 milliseconds and drop the base sprint to fire speed of 267 milliseconds to 250 milliseconds. This will be perfect for when you're running around and an enemy appears in front of you. Lastly, I dropped a tac laser since you'll probably be in a lot more close quarters combat and multiplayer versus Warzone, and I add on the EXO Stock, aka the Skeleton Stock, instead. This drops your ADS to 233 milliseconds from the base speed. Generally, the Skeleton Stock has been pretty bad recently, but it performs really well on the AMAX, and you get some strafing speed with it as well. Its ADS is faster than the CQ stock, which has an ADS of 250 milliseconds, and is the same as the no stock, which is 233 milliseconds. But once you finish swapping these attachments out, you'll now have a well-rounded, versatile class for multiplayer, and you're ready to go. So that about wraps it up for this video. You guys now have the best class setups to use in Warzone and multiplayer. Go out there and obliterate your competition, and if this video was helpful to you or you just enjoyed it, please smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Nice.
TV coming.
Brought up.
Oh, they're firing.
I can get the box.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go up and all this.
Oh!
Oh.
I've got that one. Upstairs, guys, upstairs.
Oh. Holy shit.
That's a kill. Enemy near Main Street. Reload. That's a kill.
Got a VTOL on station.
Stop this! Swing it. Into the dump. What's your fire?
UAV is for fire. Got the VTOL.